know it's very necessary that I bring you commentary and keep that shit clear. Yeah, keep that shit clear. Yo, it's very necessary that I bring you commentary and I'ma keep that shit fresh. What's good? It's your girl, Miss Parker, and Young Z. Young Z in the building. Y'all know I had to come and commentary, bring that commentary on that Cardi B, Nicki Minaj situation. I mean, it do look crazy because my homegirl Cardi came out there with a little lump. But like they said, it was from security, you know what I'm saying? Because Cardi was definitely, she had an agenda, yo. And she was sick of Nicki Minaj. To what Remy said, you can't go everywhere bucking up, knucking if you bucking, talking junk and not feel like you're going to get pressed. You can't say you was mortified because you was pressed at an upper echelon event, but you pop shit all day like you in the hood. Like, we not going to do that. You just as ghetto as Cardi is. And the difference between y'all is Cardi's really about that life. You know what I'm saying? Cardi is just not talking trash. You've been sunning and shading a lot of people your entire career, behind the scenes, behind the bars, behind, you know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff you've been doing. And Cardi's just finding the one that pressed you because she said that's what she is about. You feel me? And so with that said, you can't keep crying every time you don't get your way. Like, you was crying right before you released those 2 records. We're going to call that Jane now Chun-Li. You know what I'm saying? And Barbie Don't Swing. You feel what I'm saying? Because that's what you didn't do, man. Like, you didn't do that. And the thing that you went on radio, you cried, you keep trying to get this pity party saying that, you know, Cardi told you to take your verse off or change your verse on that song. You feel what I'm saying? It's like, she was right, because your rant, that's all your rant did was prove that recently all these subs been about Cardi. Your rant just proved everything that you were saying, and your subs have been about Cardi. And unfortunately, Cardi gave you a little content because she pulled up with that smoke and she pressed you. And basically you had to try to, you know what I'm saying, go on a smear campaign, a narcissistic smear campaign, because you was just in her face trying to make Whoopi when she was pregnant at another upper echelon event at the Met Gala. You feel what I'm saying? Where you was rubbing all on her stomach and you was, you know what I'm saying, telling her won't like that, and y'all made that agreement that y'all won't go fall into and feed into the mess. But then you go and you create mess. And at the end of the day, Mom, you a contradictive liar. You be in magazines and you say women shouldn't be with their ass all out and their legs all open wide on the gram, and they shouldn't be having sex with men for money. And then you go right after that interview and get on BET, crawling around on the stage with your ass out, singing rich sex, telling women to go ahead, get that bag if that man is trying to give you that wood. And you did it all crawling on stage with your legs wide open on national TV. You weren't even on the gram. You was on national TV. Oh, I guess because these women is giving you competition on the gram. They giving you, yeah. My baby said, yeah. They're giving you competition on the gram, Nikki. And so you don't want these women with their legs up on the ground. But look at this man looking at you clearly with your legs open nationally on TV, and everybody's shocked. So there's the contradiction right there, Mom. You're not queening. That's not what queens do. Queens allow other queens to rock their own crowns wherever they may be. They don't put other women down. They may get a chance to speak on it like I'm speaking on it, to try to make someone decide that they want to change their walk and their image and their perception, but they don't put them down, because then you face the consequences of doing exactly what you did. But let's just talk about how you got in the game. You got in the game with Weezy F Baby. Weezy F Baby, he seen you on the Come Up DVD and he liked what you did, and that's when I loved Nicki. When she was dope, she was spitting those bars. She ain't have a whole bunch of gimmicks. Her she was about that life. And I was rocking with her on that Come Up DVD. She ain't had no problem with giving Little Kim, Foxy, everybody that came before her props. But do you know why when Wayne had that, the Little Wayne, the Lil Weezy, Louisiana Fest or whatever, and the crowd went silent when Nicki was up on stage, the man that put her in the game, that brought her in the game? Do you know why the crowd went silent when they just celebrated this man? He just won his lawsuit and everything is back to normal and he's back on his platform. You want to know why? I'm going to give you a guess. No, fuck it. It's because, baby, please say the baby. Weezy F, baby, please say the baby. When he was down and out, he was having those seizures and he wasn't getting that money from baby. You know what I'm saying? She was quiet. She was silent. She wasn't there. Young money, young money, young money, young money. None of that was going on. None of that was going on. And I'm going to tell you how it all started. Y'all know Gucci just wrote a book. And in that book, Gucci says, he said, you know what I'm saying? He was getting off of Lil Wayne's bus. There was a little girl running towards him. She was small, no taller than 5'2", but right away I saw a big personality. Gucci, I always wanted to meet you. You said I'm Nicki. I'm here with Young Money. She told me that she was a fan and that even put out that she wanted to be on a remix of Freaky Girl. Why would you put that bitch from Brooklyn on there though? She asked, referring to Little Kim. I know you got people in Queens. You supposed to have a bitch from Queens on there. For her to know my connections to Queens, boom. Y'all gotta get that book and check it out. It's dope. But again, Little Kim versus Nicki Minaj, she was a hater from the beginning. She came in the game hating on Little Kim. Stepping on women's toes to get, yeah, my baby said, yeah. Stepping on women's toes to get where she needed to go. You feel me? So that was her plan already. That was her plan already. To shut Little Kim down, and they was already on the record and they took her off of the record because Little Kim was getting more props than Nicki Verse on that shit. And guess what? Everywhere she pops up, this girl is looking at her. Every other where she goes, she wear the same clothes. Every other where she goes, she wears the same clothes as Little Kim. Everything Little Kim did, she did. Every outfit she wore, she wore. She talking about the pink print and the blue print. No, that's really Little Kim's print. Girl, that's her pussy print everywhere. You started off showing your pussy print, like Little Kim in the pussy print. And everything that Little Kim has done, you have done. You copied it every single which way. You copied her style, and you didn't want to give her props. And that's why Little Kim was mad. Little Kim was really upset because bitches are always trying to shut you down and sit you down and steal everything about your style. I know personally because I know a couple of bitches that done it to me. So that shit gets aggravating after a while. Everywhere you go, this bitch got on the same outfit. She doing the same poses. She doing the same hair. She doing the same style. She doing the same everything that you've done. And she won't give you props. And she trying to make it seem like you're the bad guy. See, as long as Nicki Minaj feels threatened by a woman, she has the issue. Doesn't matter if they're white, black, Puerto Rican, Hispanic. If it's a woman and she can compete against her and be in a category as her, if she already feel like, see, different women like Rihanna and Beyonce, she won't come with it. Those fan bases are too big. People love them. They're too big. They're doing too much. They've done too much. They were here before she was here. She can't do anything about them, but anybody that tried to come after her, she wanted to ruin. Little Kim, because the thing about hip-hop, and especially female hip-hop, they always felt like it was only one female that can rock it, so she went with that. My baby's happy right now. She likes when mommy be doing stuff, and I told her she could do it. So yeah, Little Kim and Nicki Minaj have big beef because this chick stole everything from her, and I don't blame her. She's always put another woman down to step on her toes to get where she's trying to go. This right here proves it, and I'm going to show you throughout her career how she still continuously takes Little Kim's style, but always say she preferred Foxy over Kim. Even the brat came in and said when she came home from jail, won't nobody trying to let her on get back in the rap game because Nicki felt like she the only female that could rap. It don't matter. She's going to be the only one. So anybody that's ever posed a threat to her, whether it be whatever chart she's on, because you got to understand, Nicki tops chart. She's a top charter. I got to give her that. She's dope. She's a dope MC. She's a dope lyricist. But she's a jealous, envious one. And Cardi has posed a threat, and it was the thing that she couldn't do that she's been able to do to other females in the game. She didn't have no way to shut Cardi down because Cardi came in a way where people loved her and loved her style and loved her personality, whether it was ratchet or not. They liked the ratchet because she said stuff that people think that they don't say. And I don't blame Cardi for one bit of how she felt. Just like she said, I let a lot of shit slide. I let you sneak diss me. I let you lie on me. I let you attempt to stop my bags, fuck up the way I eat. You threaten other artists in the industry and told them if they work with me, you'll stop fucking with them. I let you talk big shit about me, and I addressed you in person once. I addressed you in person twice, and every time you cop a plea. But when you mention my child and you start liking comments about my child, in which she did like that comment because I personally seen it. And everybody might feel like it's petty, but Cardi's like, bitch, come here. She on that keep that same energy campaign. Bitch, come here. Come here, little bitch. Bitch, come here. Because Cardi has not one time told you just what she do. She said, bitch, why you always trying to run and hide? She'll pop up like, little bitch, come outside. Come outside. Ran down on a bitch twice. All of these things is Cardi's, how she blew the fame. And anytime Nicki had a problem with you, starting with little old Miley. Miley was good. Miley was good. Miley was good. That was on national TV at an upper echelon event on national TV. Another one. And ain't nobody get at Nicki and say, oh my God, she's being ghetto. She's being ghetto. She was mad at Miley Cyrus because Miley Cyrus was topping them pop charts, and she started dibbly-dabbling in that R&B and that hip-hop. Nicki ain't like that. Even though it's clear it was time for Miley to sit her ass down, because I don't know what she's doing right here. What is this outfit? Yeah, Nicki should have been looking at her ass like this on this particular way. But I just still feel like anybody that has ups on her or whatever the case may be, she will try to put them down, especially a woman. And even if you're her friend, she's not a loyal friend, and I'm going to show you in the future how she's not even a loyal friend to a man or whatever. She's all for herself. But if you are in a chart with her, or if you can be compared in any way to her on those charts music-wise, she's going to come at you. She wants to have negative press about you, and she's going to come at you. Miley was good. I mean, she's fucking with people that don't even have nothing to do with things. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's no fair that she was able and has been able to do this for so long. You know what I'm saying? She even had an issue with Taylor Swift and Miley at the same time. Anybody who was at the top of their game, she had an issue with. She had an issue with them. She has always shown it. She's always shown her nasty side. She has always not hesitated to be messy after a certain while. After when other people started hitting those charts and she had competition, that's when she started her messy streak. She's got a little bit more messy since the beginning, but this is how she kind of started her messy streak. She got real messy when Iggy Azalea came in, because that's competition. She was rapping and she got real messy. Okay, she got extremely messy. Even though Iggy fucked herself up with those raggedy ass freestyles she came in the game with on Sway, who in the hell was her publicist doing all this shit? Because they should have told her she should have memorized a couple of them joints she written down, and anytime somebody asked her to freestyle, she just needed to rotate them shits. I mean, you can fake that till you make that too. I'm not a awesome freestylist, but guess what? I can put some shit together. Okay? And that's all you need to be able to do, is put some shit together for that hot little minute you on the what's the name. It's about making records and hitting charts anyway, and that's what it's about. So you should have definitely, your publisher should have definitely let you know with that. And that whole situation would have went off better. But yeah, Nicki definitely had a problem with Iggy. She was getting too much press at one point before she messed it up herself with those freestyles. But she definitely was on Iggy ass. Like anything Iggy was on, whatever, she was on Iggy ass. And Iggy has came out and said that Nicki has definitely tried to stop her bag and tried to stop her from appearing. She said, if Iggy's there, then I'm not going to come. And I think that is so childish and so selfish. But again, Iggy ended up checking out herself, and she became out of order when she was coming with them whack ass freestyles. This is appropriate outfit for her to wear. Exactly. My daughter always come when I make a valid point, and she set her ass down, and she got her own self out of order. And she would have just kept bringing that heat, then she would have been all right. But she ain't had no heat to bring, so she became out of order, and Iggy had to sit herself down. Rest in peace to Iggy. I hope she come out. But anybody that gets in Nicki way, whether it be with music or a man, because K. Michelle, when she was dropping Anybody Wanna Buy a Heart, that was her signature album title of her song, and she was on that song with Meek Mills. And Nicki shut that down because she thought that he was screwing K. Michelle. He know that they liked it, fake booties or whatnot, and so she just knew because K. Michelle at the time had a fake booty just like her, and they was working together. And because Onika is very insecure, any woman that's around her man, she think is screwing. So you can't sit and say Cardi dissing. She's insecure because her man cheating. That's the same thing, but you insecure and even just think your man cheat because you insecure, bitch. Because you haven't looked inward inside of your soul yet, and everything is about your ego. So because you are boosting your ego, you're boosting your ass, you're boosting everything but what should be inward. And let's just face it, you're not loyal. Anybody that you deal with, you cross over. Safari was your right hand. All those years, boyfriend. Look at this picture. Meek right here is showing that he already fucking Nicki. In this picture, he got his arm around Safari. You feel what I'm saying? And that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. She's not loyal to anybody. She's the type that I had you around the nigga that she fucking, and next thing you know, she fucking with him. And making it seem like you the goof. You the goof. You know what I'm saying? And she the type that'll take you and do the same exact fucking same thing that she did with the next nigga. She all about herself and she don't care. It's whatever's going to float her boat and make her happy at the time. She will use anybody. Look at this pitch. Make Meek is like, I've had enough. This is the I've had enough Meek right here. But before she took it, did the same thing with the same nigga with the same outfit on. Because that's the type of bitch she is. This one picture with her and Safari with the same outfit on the motorcycle. And it's another picture with her and fucking Safari on the same picture. You feel what I'm saying? They probably would still mess with each other at this joint, but she was just fucking with both of them. Yeah, matter of fact, Safari got that face like, look, I know she fucking him. You feel what I'm saying? And then she stunned on Remy came home and she was all loving Remy, free Remy. But Remy was starting to get pressed and she started realizing, well, hold up, this bitch might take my bag. So she started trying to sit Remy down. She started trying to interrupt Remy bag. She started calling people saying, if Remy come, then I'm not coming. She started saying, you know what I'm saying, I just don't want to be around her, da 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 da. But when she was locked up, she was all free Remy. Free Remy. Let my girl home. Then when she seen they had that beef and Remy sheathed her, she seen that Ra Ali was a weak link in that situation. She befriended Ra Ali because Ra Ali, again, used to be Remy's best friend. And then they got into a stupid beef. Yes, daughter. A stupid beef. All over. Something just stupid. That was her best friend. They was every single where together. But she was asking her to do, you know, they was friends to the point where she was doing weddings and stuff like that. But you gotta watch Ra Ali. She the type of bitch. She's an opportunist. She was friends with Tahiri. She fought with Tahiri. She was friends with Mariah Lynn. She started fighting with Mariah Lynn. If I'm not mistaken, she was managing Mariah Lynn. All this stuff, like, she's an opportunist. She's an op. And Nicki goes and be friends with the op. You gotta watch Riley. Now she's out here, she's fighting for Nicki tooth and nail. You feel what I'm saying? Because she finally feel like, well, bitch, I'm with the head bitch right now that's barking. You know, in her mind. And so she's like, I'm fucking with Nicki Minaj. And so at this point, she'll step on anybody's toes to keep that friendship going. But they both snakes. Birds of a feather flock together, because Remy and Ra Ali were very, very close friends. And it's sad, you know what I'm saying? Because Ra Ali is the type that, you know, she's only looking for an opportunity. And you got to watch people, period, that go be friends with the enemies. And she claims she was friends with Nicki before they even met, or what? I mean, before, for a long time. You still won't rocking with her that hard like you rocking with her now. So shut the fuck up. I hate when bitches say that. You still was Remy's friend. You was planning her weddings. You was doing everything. And what was the reason? What was the reason? What was the reason? The reason is because she befriended Yandy, if I'm not mistaken. Another dope black female that's doing it. I feel like black women are more racist towards each other than they are any other race. You can't get mad at another woman. They feel like Cardi called us roaches, but Cardi called herself a roach. She said, I went from a roach to a butterfly. Before Remy Ma brought me on Summer Jam, that was one of the most pivotal points in my career. Remy Ma had brought Cardi B on Summer Jam. She said, and now, but that was when Bodak Yellow took off last summer. And she said, if it wasn't for Remy Ma, I would have never went from a roach to a butterfly. She called her own self a roach. So she wasn't saying that in a way to black women, calling black women roaches. You reaching, and that's wrong. You are the most disrespectful to the black women. You disrespect black women. And Ra Ali, she's fake as fuck. You feel what I'm saying? And look at Remy. What she do? She got herself looking great. She's a vegan. She looks awesome. She's bossing up. She's getting a bag. Regardless if she's doing music right now or not, she's pregnant. Her husband wanted her to give her husband. She's a submissive wife. That man stayed with her all them years in prison when nobody else was there but him and like Keisha Coles, bitch. So yes, I will sit down and give my man a husband. While Ali hates her because of Yandy. Like I said, black women are racist to each other more than any other thing in the world. They tear each other down. They step on each other's toes. They go up. Why are you dealing with her? Why are you fucking with her? You should be fucking with me. Most haters to each other than anybody. So miss me with that Cardi B called black women roaches. She called herself roaches, and black women are the most racist to each other. Period. Period. And so that's why when Remy's husband Pap told her, you need to leave her alone because that bitch is not your friend. She's a enemy. She don't really rock with you like that. She don't have your best interest at heart. She listened. She listened and she took heed because he was right. And you supposed to listen to your man. So I respect Remy. She sat down and she doing what she needed to do. But back to Nicki. Y'all want the album or the baby? Because y'all can't have both. That's what she tweeted. Do y'all want the album or the baby? Because that's after Remy sheathed her. Do y'all want the album or the baby? After Remy sheathed her that summer. Do you want the album or the baby? Well, guess what? Cardi gave us both. Cardi gave us both. Cardi gave us the album and the baby. We was excited. She was on TV. She revealed it on TV. It was dope. The way it did it, it was monumental. Because even Remy, Taraji P. Henson, so many people said women could not have a life. They could not have a relationship. They could not have nothing. They couldn't have a baby if they wanted to be in music. They had to choose for their careers. And because of that, come on now, Nicki Minaj takes the Radio 1 and starts crying and said, Cardi hurt my feelings. Cardi was getting too much positive press. Nicki had to come and be messy and bring that negative shit in. Oh my God, she hurt my feelings. She told me to change the verse. She told me to change the verse, of course, because you was stubborn her, and your whole rant just showed that you've been stubborn her this whole time. Well, if Nick the Q beat it, I'm Nick the Body. If Cardi the Q beat it, I'm Nick the Body. I would have told you change that shit too, just so you could drop Chun-Li. Being like Little Kim again. Call that shit Run Lee, because you ran. You ran when Cardi pressed you. Call that shit Run Lee. And you was being Little Kim again, taking Little Kim style again. It's like you look at everything this bitch done, and you tried to do it yourself. Then you go run and smile in Cardi face and you laugh and kiki. Hey Cardi, no, I wasn't saying it like that. I mean, I wasn't saying it like she said. She approached you twice. She approached you twice calmly. And you still get in her face and you talk like you respect her. You try to rub on her belly. You try to make it seem like you love her. Y'all was at another upper echelon event. You was rubbing on her stomach. You was doing the most. Trying to cop, like she said, you cop a plea every single time. You cop a plea. You cop a plea. You want a hug. You want a kiss. You look even jealous right here that she's pregnant, Mom. That she's gave us the baby and the album. You look jealous right here that she gave us the baby and the album. She gave us both. Something you said you couldn't do. You couldn't deliver. In fact, you didn't have a man to give you a baby at the time, because now we done seen you go through 4 relationships, right before our eyes, yo. Right before our eyes. And you want to try to make nice to Cardi? You want to talk shit about Cardi and say, oh, well, her nigga cheating on her, but guess what? It wasn't even a rumor that your nigga was cheating, but you was still shook because that's the type of bitch you is. That's why you was scared about K. Michelle. Because she looked good and she was on the rise and she was killing it, and you thought Meek was going to dig into that. That's because you know your man, too. You know what type of nigga he was. He was grimy. Anytime he went behind Safari back and they are there chilling and he fucking you, like, you know what type of grimy you deal with. You know what type of grimy you are. And you're grimy as fuck. You're grimy. And we don't do that. We don't do that where we keep it real at. We don't do that where we keep it real at, Ma. And you ain't been keeping it real. You've been contradicting yourself. And that's what made me stop, really. I already knew it was a gimmick. You knew it was a gimmick. That's why you took out the hair, the colorful hair, when you dropped looking ass niggas. But you're not trying to sell me this queen shit, because you're not queening, Ma. You've been real messy. You've been trying to drag other women. And the only women that you aren't dragging is women that are on the same scale or on a higher caliber than you. Like Beyonce and Rihanna and shit like that. They'll never get dragged because we already know they hold too much weight. And you'll look crazy. But you knew that Cardi had just came in the game. And you had an issue with Cardi and Kylie. You talked about Kylie's baby Stormy because her baby daddy Travis Scott came in at number 1. You was pissed. And it's all about these charts. It's all about being number 1, being number 2. And you feel like you came in at number 2. You didn't have no problem going in at baby Stormy. You ain't had no problem with going in at baby Stormy because you felt like your album sales was cheated, because you felt like they said that they were going to have their baby. And then when you drop the album, you still do another Little Kim song that's your biggest record. You stole her whole fucking thing, even though Biggie did it first. Kim was Biggie's side bitch first. You trying to be that nigga side bitch and he gone. And you still don't want to give props to Little Kim. And she's the one who did the dreams of fucking the R&B dick. And then you say dreams of fucking one of these little rappers. And you don't want to give her no props because she did it first again. Another Little Kim pussy print. You call it pink print, blueprint. No. Let's just keep it a stat, Mom. You definitely stole. You're a stealer. You're a thief. And you stole her whole image and you call it yours. We're not doing that. It's crazy. And you are so talented. But you definitely still took Little Kim's style, her fashion, a lot of her shit that she talk about and how she give it up. You took that and you ran with it. And you got a whole new generation. You gave it to a whole new generation of people on the internet that love colors. Kids love colors and shit like that. So you knew how to expand it. We didn't have that when Kim was out, the internet, where we can be exposed to it right away. So you expose these little kids to it right away. That's why your whole fan base is little kids. And that's why you won't sell them records at first. This beef helped you sell a little bit because people is nosy. They wanted to see what you talked about on your album. But before this beef, and you did, you know what I'm saying? I feel like you provoked Cardi. Nobody said that when Cardi was being provoked, only when she retaliated. And you think you the 50 Cent of the females. I really used to love 50 when he first came out. He the reason why I started rapping, but I do feel like that nigga became a hater. And anybody that was winning, he went at to stay relevant. And I feel like that's what you're doing. After a while, you become a certain age. That shit ain't petty. That messy shit is just miserable. And y'all look like y'all getting miserable because at the end of the day, Drake, you shitted on Drake. You threw him under the bus, but he befriended Meek again. They was only really beefing because of y'all. He brought him out on stage. He said, fuck the beef. Nicki Minaj only care about herself. She throw us under the bus to sell her records. You could have called that man and told him you was going to have him in that damn song. Talk shit about his emotions. And like I said, after a certain age, being messy just symbolizes that your ass is miserable. You're very fucking miserable. You need to cut that shit out. Calm that shit down. I believe Ebro when he said your ass is hating. Charlamagne and them too. I feel like they was right. They not being biased. They speaking facts. You have been miserable, a contradictive person. You act like you for black women. You tear black women down. And then you go and do the same thing as ego versus soul, baby. And I think Cardi more so has a soul than an ego. And I feel like you have an ego. An ego speaks to serve itself. Soul seeks to serve others. Ego seeks outward. Soul seeks inward. Authenticity. Ego sees life as a competition. Soul sees life as a gift. Ego seeks and preserves self. Souls seek to preserve others. You canceled your stylist, your hairstylist, because everybody was joking your hair, them damn pigtails that you wore at the MTV Awards won't it. You was talking about Cardi, and she used to use your stylist Tokyo. So you trying to catch up with Cardi. You keep trying to catch up with Cardi. And that's what you're doing. You ain't fooling these real queens out here, boo. It's real queens that know you seek self. Cardi, when it started doing the rainbow color hair, then you start doing the rainbow color hair. And then all the other color hair you got from Little Kim, you ain't doing shit on your own. And then you want us to believe that you the originator and this is your culture when you just stole everything from the culture and called it yours. That's some narcissistic ass shit. You can't find that man you supposed to have sent $25,000 to from the Cosby Show, but you damn sure found the girl that Cardi and them was beefing with. Like, you messy. Cardi started rocking this rainbow shit. Then you came out on the Barbie dreams. Like, you not fooling the real queens out here, man. And I think somebody had to come and say it. Somebody had to come and break it down so that it's forever broke, because you are one of those black women that put down other black women. Now, does Cardi and Offset have a lot to fix in a relationship? Yes, because Offset, he definitely needs to step up as a man. And he about to, like I said, Eric Benet himself, he's coming off like a sex addict and he got to deal with all these doggone women. He should have put that girl in her place if he had not been messing with her, because he did not put her in her place. I feel like he was messing with her. You are absolutely right. I'm not being biased in some of the things that you're saying. I'm not being biased at all. I do think Offset is bringing Cardi B career down because she's not looking super positive for women out there, you know what I'm saying, to have dignity and not be cheated on by a man publicly all the time. Yes, it happened to Beyonce, but guess what? Jay-Z was smart enough to, it was a, let me tell you something. It was completely under the radar. We would have had no clue unless Solange wouldn't have whipped his ass in the goddamn elevator. We would have never known if he wouldn't have got his ass whipped by Solange in the elevator. Okay? So, Cardi, it's time to check Offset. He definitely got you out here approaching women that don't need to be approached, looking crazy, and all that. But I will say, I rock with the fact that you kept that same energy and ran up on a bitch twice. And I also like the fact that you sing the Black Mother of Hollywood. I love her. I love that lady, Jennifer Lewis. And she told y'all to go vote, and you put up vote. So that lets me know that it's your soul. It ain't your ego. You know what I'm saying? You got a soul, Cardi. You may be ratchet, but you got a soul. And Cardi is all ego. And that's the difference between the two women. When it comes to music, I pay attention to who's giving me their soul or who's giving me their ego. And this picture right here, Cardi letting you know, bitch, from that, she meant that shit from her soul. Fuck that bump on her head. Fuck that bump on her head. She threw that shoe from her soul because this bitch ego was getting a little bit out of control. Tell them what time for the one time boost. Say, yeah, yeah.